If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Fuck off.
That's it. What up, family? Welcome to another edition of the Ant Money Experience, the podcast unlike no other. Hope y'all enjoying yourself. It is your favorite day of the week, outside of the weekend, Thursday, the unofficial start of the weekend. Hope everybody has enjoyed their week. Shout out to the Ant House. Y'all definitely checked in to figure out why it wasn't no show last week, and I apologize. But it was some things going on at work that I had to stay a little bit later and handle. So I didn't want it to interfere with the show. I didn't want to rush it. I'm always going to deliver y'all quality content. But shout out to everybody that checked on me. I am good. With that being said, there's a lot of weird shit going on in the world. United States specifically, make sure you're checking on your folks because it is getting real out here. But with that being said, shout out to the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the big exclusive network. If you got a podcast you want to be broadcast to the world, such as the Ant Money Experience, come on over. Your podcast needs a home in general, come on over. You need your podcast curated, come on over. We got room for everybody. Definitely didn't answer that Elon Musk email because I was told not to. But if you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience, make sure you inbox me, DM me. Ladies, you know how to make your way to the front. Also, if you would like your project, your initiative, your mixtape, long as it ain't trash, your single, your product, spotlighted on my spotlight segment, make sure you come on over and let me know so we can put you on a screen with the best fans in the world. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the last day of Black History Month. Well, tomorrow will be the last day of Black History Month. With that being said, but before we go any further, let me bring my co-host up for this evening. El Presidente, what is the deal?
Hey, everybody. Good evening.
I hope you are ready because we got a full show prepared and the lounge talk gonna be something crazy.
I'm ready.
I like to not tell my guests what the lounge talk topic is gonna be.
I kind of noticed that you. Oh God, you set me up.
Big exclusive is wild. With that being said,
big exclusive.
With that being said, let's jump into that. If it bleeds, it leads. You know what, big exclusive? I cannot condone those comments. My job just had our annual sexual harassment and rape prevention program class, and I've been super PC ever since. You know what I love about these classes? I always leave that class looking at somebody weird. This lady was explaining the Army's policy on consent. Now, the policy used to be bullshit. It used to be if you had one drink, then you couldn't consent to sex. And I was like, sounds like bullshit to me. But they changed it so now it doesn't matter how many drinks the person has had. If the party is aware and verbally responsive as well as responsive in other ways, then it is clear, as long as y'all both made the agreement, it's clear to have consensual sex.
Y'all adults.
So, but you wild as shit for that. No, that ain't always been the policy. They changed it. I know what the hell I'm talking about. But producer, bring up my first topic, please.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
This nigga is wilding. Rest in peace to Roberta Fleck. Y'all might know her best from her hit Killing Me Softly, but the lady has a plethora of songs. And you know what? I learned something about Roberta Fleck. And you know, we don't highlight things like this, but she's actually originally from DC. And I found out that she actually enrolled in Howard at 15 years old. And at 19 years old, Roberta Fleck was teaching in Arlington, Virginia. I thought that was a dope feat. That you don't hear that often about us black people. You know, they highlight it with others, but I thought that was dope. And may she rest in peace.
Yes.
Producer, bring out my next topic, please. Rest in peace to Valletta Wallace, aka Big's mom.
Birth the legend.
Actually, I started calling her Mom Dukes because Big was calling his mom Mom Dukes. I thought it was a good way to refer to your mother outside of mom. She birthed a legend. She was an activist after Big had passed. She died in her 70s. Anything over 70 is a blessing. I mean, I can't imagine how it would have felt to live all those years without your son who passed away at like 23, I believe. So yeah. Rest in peace to Valletta Wallace. There was also, this was a crazy week of celebrity deaths, actually. Jasper from Jasper and Isley passed away. I forget her name.
Wasn't that yesterday?
That was Monday, I believe.
Okay.
The young lady from Harriet the Spy passed away at 39. Yes. Today, Gene Hackman passed away.
Crazy? Him and his wife and the dog.
I personally, they're saying that it might have been foul play involved with it, but I'm like, for the dog to be dead too, that sounds like carbon monoxide.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I just watched some things on the news, and it might be a lot more to that story. It's definitely going to be more to come. Pause. But producer, play my next clip, please.
I'm not gonna lie, bitch, you look good as fuck. On some real shit. Like, I'll fuck you right now. With your mom? Oh, I'm so sorry. But can I get your number and shit? We can get some food? No? Like, get some food and shit? Like, vibe out and shit? No, you not fuck with it? Like, but bitch, you look good as fuck. I'll fuck you right now, though. No? Alright, then. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
But it's disrespectful.
No, I feel you, bro.
On everything, I'm gonna be real with you.
No, I feel you. Like,
do you want us to apologize to you?
No, I gotta make you feel better.
It's not even apologize.
Listen, I got a sister. I got a sister.
Grown ass man,
no, listen,
right?
I got a sister too, bro. I feel you, but I'm saying like
that's sexual harassment. Some people take that as like real serious. And your ass will be in trouble.
No, I feel that. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I don't mean no disrespect or anything like that. I'm just, you know,
Now, before I give my thoughts, you as a mother, how did you feel? Like, how would you feel if somebody approached your daughter in this manner while you were with her?
If someone approached my child, number one, I'm sicking her father on them, but he'll probably hear it before I do, and they don't want no problems with that man. But sure. definitely. Big Mike don't
look like it. He's a like light-spirited person, but I could tell that there's a side of him that you don't want to meet.
Oh, you know, he don't play. He don't play when it comes to his kids.
For sure.
As he shouldn't. But yeah, I'm definitely giving that person a piece of my mind. Don't you dare come out your face disrespecting my child. Don't ever.
There was a couple problems that I had with this video. The first problem that I had was, for one, utterly disrespectful. I don't want no problems with that man. And you know that for sure. Look, he one of them people that I always say, I'm glad they on my team. But I believe that regardless, that is disrespectful, and I hold my queens very high. No woman should be approached in that manner. That was utterly disrespectful and disgusting. Two, she said she was with her mother, so that should have been the end of the conversation. If somebody's with their mother or with their child, automatically off limits. I don't care how fine they are. And I mean, y'all know I've expressed how I feel about J-Lo on this podcast. If I approach J-Lo and she's with her mom or her kids, damn, I might not see her again, but I just gotta chalk that one. And you know what? I respect that young man's approach to solving a problem because he approached it a lot more
very reasonable, very level-headed.
Most people would have
very
approached
mature.
that situation.
Yeah,
I
very
mean,
mature.
also, I mean, when somebody's hands are here, I automatically think that person's about to swing.
Absolutely.
And when a young man kept touching him, I was like, young boy, you asking to get stole. It was
the thing is, that's in the vicinity of his personal space. And a lot of people don't understand or recognize personal space. For me, that's a threat. If you're in that little box, I'm going to automatically hit you because I don't know what your intentions are. And you're not going to get one on me.
Yeah. And also, there was more to that video because the girl that he was with was jumping in the middle. Now, I didn't capture that portion of it because the video was long and I didn't want to like take up too much time. But I mean, she was like, it's a prank. It's a prank. He didn't even mean it. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
These pranks are going too far. And
people are getting killed doing these pranks.
Say that again?
People are getting killed doing these pranks. Did you see the person that got the gun pulled out on them at the Walmart?
Oh, it was an incident down here in Virginia where a guy did. It was a guy that was known for going around the mall and doing like random dumb shit. And I think he acted like he was going to hit a guy, and the guy killed him in the mall. And I was like, damn.
See, you don't play like that.
And it actually came. It was one of those things where they make like one of them threats, but the way they say it, it can mean something else.
Yeah.
And that man pulled out his gun and killed him, and he walked.
Yeah, because you just don't do that. I mean, it's just like the young lady got the gun pulled out on her because she was pranking this guy. He was a street guy. You don't play no games like that. He pulled his gun straight out and started shooting. She had to start running down the block.
Yeah, and I don't even know what young boy name is. I don't give a fuck what his name is. But sir,
young
you are
dumbass. Young dumbass.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. You don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
Producer, can you bring up Kristen's comments? As you should, these young niggas are on the spectrum. Gotta be, because they don't understand social cues. For sure don't understand social cues. And she picked me, and they more dangerous than yo.
She definitely hit the nail on the head with that one. On the spectrum.
Pick me is definitely dangerous in these days and times. I didn't realize it till I watched Don't Call Me White Girl podcast, and too many dummies out here reproducing and engaging in the general public for sure. And she was saying like, yo, a lot of these girls be in the way and they be doing stuff that be getting people killed, and then when a crowd when it's over with, you just as wrong as the next person.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, producer, play my next video, please.
The commuters, you're in for some changes come Sunday. New spring schedules usher in changes to bus and metro line names. For example, your G bus is becoming the 63 bus. The H bus will turn into the 71 bus. The Market Frankfurt line will become the L. The Broad Street line is becoming the B. Who's on first?
Now, this is not the first time I've seen SEPTA make changes to routes and like came back and was like, what the fuck is that? But how did you feel about the name changes?
For me, like the L, no one ever called the L the Market Frankfurt line. Like we've been calling it forever. Like I don't get it. That was kind of weird for me, but I definitely see where they're going with this whole intervention thing. They're trying to just make things try to make a little bit more changes, especially with Key 2.0 and everything coming up. So I get it. However, I don't know how well it's going to go, how it's going to sit well with everybody who's so used to the XH and K and the J. I don't see how that's going to fare well with them. But
yeah, I mean, I was actually having this talk with this lady the other day, and she was like, "You too young to be like stuck in your ways." I was like, "I don't like change. I don't like change. The only way I accept change is in situations where I have no choice but to accept it." But
yeah, a lot of people don't really like change or can commit to change. But I mean, when you're in the position where you don't have a choice, I mean, you just kind of got to get in with it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not a SEPTA rider. I might I might take the L every once in a while for some comic relief, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it on that subject.
The changes definitely always do come with bullshit. But this is an interesting one. Producer, play my next topic, please.
I want that car ride. I want that first love.
Brown John, shout out to you checking in with us. And yes, for comic relief, the last time I went on the L was years ago, but it was this lady. She was by the L. I was at the gallery at the time. And well, the lady was asking for change. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna buy a pretzel and then I'll give you my change. So I gave her like $4. So she was like, thank you. And the SEPTA drivers was like, yo, get away from here. I was like, nah, she cool. She not bothering me. She wasn't disrespectful. So she was like, where you gonna be later? I was like, excuse me. Then she started smiling and had all the 5 teeth in her mouth. They call me graveyard. If you ain't busy later, you can come back around Kensington. First of all, there's 2 things with this. I'm not coming back around, especially not to Kensington. No, thank you, ma'am. But it's never that hard. It's never that hard.
Never that serious.
Or I'm never that desperate. I'm not from North Philly. I don't fuck crackheads. But how did you feel about what Will did?
I mean, it was a performance.
I watched that video very close, and it's actually not as disrespectful as it looks, because every time it looks like they came in close contact or was about to kiss, there's actually space. Like when it looked like she kissed him, somebody's hand was in the way, so it was like it never actually touched. It was performative, but people was really upset about that.
But why? Why are you so upset? You have to realize it's just like somebody playing a role in a movie. You have to spice certain situations up, and that's what a lot of entertainers do. They spice up their entertainment, they spice up their performances, and that's what it called for, was a steamy performance. So we're going to spice it up a little bit, get people talking. That's what they did, but it wasn't it was very tasteful to me. I don't see what they did wrong.
I remember my man, shout out to Jay King, co-host, Brotherly Love, Sisterly Advice. He should be the fuck up here right now, but that's another thing. I remember he had a video, and he had video girls, and he was real PC. I was like, when he showed me the video, I was like, why you ain't grab an ass? Smack it.
Like you said, be performative. Right. Give people something to talk about after the fact.
I would have just did it because I'm slightly a pervert. But I don't think Will did nothing wrong in that situation. It was performative, and let Will get his look back.
Absolutely. You see who he's married to?
Jada made him look like a fool for a whole summer.
A summer? You mean for years? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
And
but speaking of people making people look like a fool, producer, play my next clip, please.
I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gilly? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
Nobody touched him. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah.
Wait. Bring up Miss Pinkett's comment. Lay off my folks now.
Look, Kai, I'm gonna talk about your cousin all I want to, because you're my cousin, so I can do that.
Jada is not innocent. Jada is just as innocent as OJ. Think about that. But now I actually watched this entire interview, and it was very lighthearted. They were talking about a lot of things, and they kind of pieced this. I was glad that I actually watched the video, because they pieced it together in clips as if Shannon Sharpe had asked about his, then asked about the killer. But I personally think that Do you think he was trying to be smart? Do you think he was looking for clicks? Yeah.
I don't think he was trying to be smart. I'm gonna be honest. When it came down to this portion of the interview, it's something that I kind of tuned out of because of the fact that my family is so close to this situation.
Right.
My sons actually played with him.
Okay.
My sons know him. My children's father knows this boy, and it was something that was really close to home. I personally did not know him. I was in his vicinity a lot of times because he did play AAU with my kids. He played high school ball with my boys, and he was, from what I know, was a great kid, was a good kid, about to be valedictorian, great basketball player, but unfortunately, he had another side of him that a lot of people didn't know that was hidden. Coming to find out, some kids did know. Some coaches knew about it and they were trying to protect him from it. I just think that it's very sad that our children now in these days feel as though they need that validation. They need to have this persona for other kids in order to be accepted. And you don't need all of that. Like you're already forging your own lane by coming from where you come from and being such a great student. Like the person I really feel badly for is his mother. I don't know if she knew about this other side of him, but to have that happen right in front of her as a mom, I could never.
Yeah, I could. That's something he'll never get over. And prayers out to his family, because regardless of what he was into, I don't think any parent deserves their child. But I just think that shock factor. But yeah, I definitely think he was going for a shock factor. There is no way in the world that somebody on his team would have thought that was appropriate to bring up the Gilly, knowing that it's speculated that this young man has something to do with his son's murder. I just don't think that was appropriate to bring up in that interview. Now, part of me thinks that he just really didn't know. He just reading off of his cards, because
I think
there was a moment of like awkwardness where he was like, wait, what? Now, somebody should have been fired after that, because that was.
And I'll say, because I watch Club Shay Shay, and I think that when it comes to things of this serious of nature, I don't think he would ever just bring something up just to get a reaction from somebody. I just don't see that from him, seeing all of his other interviews. So I think this was something that he really just did not know.
I can see that. And I mean, I hope that's the case, because that was some wild shit to bring up to a parent that lost a child. And I think that was very wild. Mm-hmm. Also, something that was interesting on that interview is Shannon asked if he forgave Charleston White for his comments. And I actually really love Gilly's answer, because no, Charleston White gave what looked like a sincere apology, but no, you talked about my deceased son.
That's off limits. Like, certain things just got to be off limits.
And it was to the degree that he talked about his son. Like, if you got a problem with Gilly, that's your problem. But all that, you sacrifice your son. Like, I think Charleston White goes over the top. And I had actually watched the interview with him where he responded. And he was like, kind of like, I mean, I extended the apology. I mean, I don't really care if you didn't accept it. I apologize because I was wrong as a man. But, I mean, his justification for it was bullshit, in my opinion. He was like, you was in my inbox threatening me, and I don't know you. But
you just don't know better as an adult. You just know better.
I mean, if his son was alive, it's off limits to talk about his son. His son has nothing to do with y'all issue with one another. But fuck you, Charleston White. Although I hate the antics that he displays online, because he is a good community person, but the antics behind him make me not be able to back him.
It's all about clicks and views. That's what this society is nowadays. I'm gonna cause and stir up the most controversy because I'm trying to get my numbers up. That's how they make their money.
This is a sick ass world we live in. But producer, play my next clip, please.
Just opened up at 1111 Walnut Street 2 months ago. It's a place where people come to eat brunch and celebrate.
We do karaoke on the weekends on Saturdays and Sundays. So it's so much fun. It's inclusive. You come here and you be yourself. And that's what everything is about here.
But since opening, owner Shakira Turner says things haven't been great.
We're basically not too welcomed here. I thought that we would be.
She says the neighbors have made several complaints to the landlord, requiring her lawyer to get involved.
They're saying that we're playing unusual music, that we're playing, that riffraff is coming out of here, and that's just not true. We're open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the week, and they were saying that we were playing music to 2 a.m. We're not even here, and even going as far as saying that one of us was on the roof of their building at 2 a.m. and just basically putting in false claims to my landlord, which, really stirred up some issues.
She says she's even had one-on-one confrontations.
I even had someone tell me to my face that, how did I get here? Did I use my drug dealer baby daddy's money? So it's hurtful. It's extremely hurtful.
And since, she says issues have continued, including stolen signs, food left on her back door, someone entering the business and flooding the basement multiple times, plus leaving dead rodents at the storefront.
Someone's left a rat 3 times in front of our building. So after us getting them up, throwing them away, thinking that maybe it was a fluke, it was every single day.
Now, are you familiar with this establishment?
Only from social media.
Yeah, I've seen people there having fun. On social media, I haven't gone myself. I was actually curious after watching the story to go. I've seen some people justifying the people in the neighborhood treating her the way they were because they were saying stuff like, well, she has horrible customer service. And I was like,
there's no justification for things like that.
Yeah, because I mean,
rats in front of their restaurant.
Yeah, that I feel like that's a you don't belong in this neighborhood type of thing. And I mean, the hours that she's saying that she has her establishment open, I mean, it's reasonable. It's not like I mean, it's a brunch spot. So you going, I don't trust the story for some reason. I mean,
where's the tapes? That's what I want to know, because every establishment has some type of system. Where's the tape of these people doing this? Because that's what you take to the cops to get these people arrested, so this can actually stop.
So yes, that definitely would be. Now I did see that she had video of somebody breaking in, and also she recorded like the rats being thrown on her property. It's just a weird ass situation, but I feel like it's a hint of racism in there. I just can't.
That's definitely.
I can't confirm it, but I mean, sister, I'll be through the support either way because I like seeing my people strive for greatness. But I mean, if y'all fucking with her in the neighborhood, y'all some crumb bums.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. You don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
Look, tomorrow's blackout, but I say let's go there. Let's go there for let that be the only dollar that we spend tomorrow. Is that a blackout business?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I got gas already because that definitely wasn't gonna be a blackout for me.
I'm telling y'all, make sure y'all get gas tonight after the Ant Money experience. Go get your gas, go shopping, do whatever you need to do tonight. Don't spend a damn dime tomorrow.
Listen, people don't understand until you hit them with the dollar. I remember, I forget what the incident was, but it was said as black people, we not going shopping on Black Friday. And it was the worst Black Friday sales-wise in modern day history. And I love the fact that the blackout is on the last day of Black History Month. Let's show them better than we could tell them.
Absolutely. Because of DEI, that's why.
Yeah.
We want to hit them where it hurts, in the pocket. We don't want them getting no money. Just like Target wants to go along with this DEI, and no one has been shopping at Target, and they've been hit and have not been getting the funds that they normally get on a weekly basis. Hell, not even on a daily basis. Let them know that as Black people, we are the ones that really put money in your stores. We're the ones that's doing all that heavy duty shopping. You're making your money.
I want to disagree with that statement. One day does nothing to a business that gets your business after.
That's not true.
One day can.
That's not true.
I'm telling you, when I see
it can cripple a business.
Black Friday, and I mean, it was I mean, holiday sales. That one Black Friday made an impact. You'd be surprised what it could do.
That can cripple a business. They lose millions in that one day.
Yeah, but y'all know how I like to do my. Y'all know how I like to end. Damn, why my tongue?
Why are you tongue-tied? What is going on with you?
I don't know. My mind be running 1,000 miles per hour. But y'all know how I like to end.
Wait, hold on. Are we missing something?
What?
Because I don't have a funny. I don't have that one.
Well, we'll just table it for next week and we'll do a 2-for-1. But you know what? Fuck it. Run my intro video again.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Fuck off.
That's it.
I agree.
You know what? I just want to say I love Jasmine Crockett. She is definitely for the people. If she wasn't a married woman, I'd be on her ass. But with that being said, let's jump into that lounge talk. Now, I actually have 2 wine cooler topics for this evening. Now, my first one was an interesting concept. Bring that comment back up. The boycott of Starbucks in Philly after they kicked those black bulls out had them changing their policies. Yeah, that was actually difference. That was and shout out to that young man because I don't remember what his name was, but they sued Starbucks and got paid quite nicely for that. Listen.
When we stick together, we definitely make a difference.
I love when somebody is wrong and they can exploit it financially. Shout out to that. Now, my first one, I watched this one podcast, Decisions, and they do these hypotheticals. And they had a hypothetical that was actually very interesting to me. So the hypothetical was, so you're dating. If you could have one of these 3 superpowers, what would it be? The first one is invisibility. You could be invisible. The other one would be time travel. So you could speed ahead. The last one would be mind reading. If you could have one of these abilities when you're dating somebody, which one would it be?
Mind reading.
Why mind reading?
I'm always very first and foremost, I'm very intuitive, and I'm also one of those type of people that I like to do my homework on people, and I am more of a person that'll sit back and I like to listen to what someone has to say, because if you intently listen to what someone has to say, you can know exactly what their intentions are. So instead of me having to do that and put in my focus, just to know what you're thinking beforehand would suffice for me.
I'll probably use time travel so I could just get past this. I'm not even wasting my time. let me just fast forward. I don't like it here.
Like no mind, I like it.
Mind reading, I'm very good at reading people. So mind reading, if I could read you but read what you were thinking, I don't want to know what they would be thinking about me. And I wouldn't want nobody to be able to read my mind either. Because I'll be sitting there thinking some shit. Damn, she looked better the night I met her.
You know what?
She got a medium ugly now that I see her in the light. Ew. You know the biggest thing I find myself doing on dates? Looking at people eating habits.
Why is that?
My parents were always really big on etiquette. So I noticed that a lot of people aren't taught etiquette, and some things I could overlook. You don't really know how to use a fork and a knife. Cool. I had this one girl. She did 2 things that disgusted the fuck out of me on a date. The first thing she did was she had picked up something with her hands that shouldn't have been picked up, and I was like, "Ew! Why did you pick that up and without your fork?" And she was like, "How else am I supposed to do it?" I was like, "What?" But the absolute worst thing that I had happen on a date was Shorty blew her nose at the table. I mean, straight up. I said,
Over her food?
I mean, just grabbed the napkin and I said, "Did she just do that?" So we went on another date and she did it again. And I like tried to act like I tried to look away because I know my face gives up all my thoughts. And I saw somebody from another table go, and I had to avoid eye contact because, brother, you are thinking what I'm thinking. But yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
Bring up Mondell's comment. Mommy, and someone can look you clean in your face and lie like a motherfucker.
Facts. You know what? You can actually tell when someone's lying by their body language. By their body language and the way that they go about telling a story. That's how I always know somebody's lying full of crap.
Ooh,
And I'm always right.
I love, like I was telling somebody, when I'm dating somebody, I ask a bunch of questions. I listen to all the stories. And in the event that they try to tell the story again, like I noticed that sometimes when you dating somebody in the early stages, they'll tell a story one way. When y'all become serious, they won't tell the story the same way. They'll leave out some vital facts. And I'm like, I remember this story because I
like,
always,
wait a minute. Didn't you tell me you turned left when you just said you just turned right? But that don't make no sense.
Like I always remember, and I won't comment, but I always remember stories. Can't
Oh,
tell
no,
you what I ate yesterday, but if you tell me a story, I'm gonna remember you told me that story, Shorty.
Oh no, I'm putting you on blast. I'm asking questions because it's like, okay, but that's not what you said when you told me the story the first time. Oh, well, I'm just giving you more context. No, you're not giving me more context. You're actually changing your whole entire story.
Lying ass motherfucker is what you're doing.
Exactly.
Now, my second wine cooler question actually has to do with dating as well. So I'm in a group chat with my homies, and one homie yesterday, he sent a screenshot of a message that he got from a young lady. She said, I had a lot of fun on our date, but I don't think you're my forever person. I wish you the best of luck, but I don't think we have enough in common, or I don't think we're compatible enough for us to go on. But I wish you the best. Now, I didn't think there was anything wrong with her message. My question is, when do you send a message like that? So you go on this date, let's just say you're going on a second date. You're like, I'm not feeling it. You don't necessarily want to call the person, but you send a person a text and you're like, hey, XYZ, I wish you the best. This just isn't for me. I think you'd be better with somebody else. We're just not compatible. When do you send that message?
For me, first of all, they're not getting a second date. That's that I know that you're not for me from the first date. And I'm just gonna tell you to your face. I'm telling you to your face. This is not gonna work out.
So what I found interesting is this young lady sent that message to him at 6 o'clock in the morning. He should be happy she didn't waste his time. That was cool. I thought it was inconsiderate for her to send that message at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely.
You could
first thing he wakes up.
You could potentially have fucked up the rest of his day. And so the group message is two of my neighbors. So one is a guy, the other one is a girl. And she was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I was like, I think that she could have sent that message at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe that evening. I thought it was inconsiderate to send that message at 6 o'clock in the morning. And the young lady that was in the group message was like, I don't think it was anything wrong with it.
I agree, Kaija. The first date, just like I said, because if it's something I'm just not feeling, I'm just going to tell you right there. But I do agree with you, though, Aunt. First and foremost, you were thinking about that all night long. You knew before you closed your eyes. You didn't just pop up and say, you know what? This ain't going to work. Let me just shoot this text 6 o'clock in the morning. No. You knew already.
Producer, can you bring up the comments, please? Maybe she wanted to sleep on it and wanted to see how she felt when she woke up.
No.
I mean, that's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I think she could have been on the fence like, is it that bad? Why is his feelings considered in this?
So what, you just dreamt about it? You went to sleep and you just dreamt about it all of a sudden?
Well, my
And
thing is, why
like, you know what? No.
his day would just have to be messed up fooling with me. You know what? You definitely a pink kid. I can see that without even knowing you. I can see that. But why is something like that? Why is that something that could ruin the entire day? Yo, I tell people all the time. I used to say this to my daughter's mother. If you got some bullshit with me, a disagreement or whatever, don't text me first thing in the morning. Wait, like, let me get myself together. Text me later in the day. Don't text me first thing in the morning, because it can start my day off and it will just snowball, and somebody gonna catch my wreck that don't necessarily deserve it.
Exactly.
Absolutely dreamt about it and woke up, had breakfast, and started my day. I mean, also somebody probably wanted to pray and ask God, better at 6 than not at all. I mean, better at 6 than not at all, I guess. What I'm gathering, Miss Pinkett and Kristen, y'all some emotional terrorists. That's what I'm.
Don't talk about my cousin like that.
Your cousin is an emotional terrorist.
No, she's not.
She's the.
No, she's not.
I'm reading the comments.
No, she's not.
Now, when we get to the what y'all got to say about that, she can definitely dial in, because I am curious to pick her mind. But my last question is, it's on a lighter note. So, well, not necessarily on a lighter note, just on another topic. So there's this new show out called Paradise. Now, transparency, I haven't tuned in yet. I just heard the commentary from another podcast about it, and I thought the topic was very interesting. So on the show, apparently they have like this flashback, and this young man's father didn't want him to go down the career path that he was going down. He said, I don't think that career path is for you, because it's not going to benefit you in the long run. Now, my question is for you, if you felt like your child was going down a career path, like they didn't start, but they're leaning towards something, do you allow your child to go through the bumps and bruises, or do you jump in and say, hey, I don't think that's for you?
I'm definitely going to give my opinion, but in a way that they can make their own decision, where I would craft it as, okay, well, do you have any other choices? Because you want to make sure you have several choices. You don't want to just lean on this one thing, not knowing for sure that this is what you need to stick with. It's a way that you say certain things, because you have to remember a lot of times when you try to have someone dead set on what you believe would be right for them, they always do the opposite.
Yeah, that's like when my father said, that girl ain't for you. What I do, got that girl pregnant.
See, exactly. So if you're being so pushy about it, they're gonna say, well, F it, I'm gonna just do what I want to do anyway. Whereas if you take a different approach, they might think about it.
But before we go any further on the topic, producer, I want to ask the people, what y'all got to say about that? Producer, what you over there doing?
He think it's Tuesday.
If y'all,
I played the intro. Y'all didn't.
Shit, I wasn't looking. If y'all think I got something to say about it, wait. If y'all think I came here to play the show,
where's your mind?
But
where you at, Ed?
What'd you say?
I said, where your mind at, Ed? Where you at?
I don't know. I'm a little rusty. That's why I hate to take a week off. But the link is out there. If you want to join in and talk about any of the topics that we discussed on Lounge Talk so far, the link is up. Producer, get them the link one more time. Hit it, John.
Yes, come chat with us.
Also, this topic was kind of relatable because my daughter is actually, she sent a text last week. She was like, 100 days till graduation. Oh, shit. So we're discussing her college choices and her top picks. I'm like, sweetheart, your pick for number one, as opposed to the other places that are, one, trying to give you more scholarship money and more prestigious, I really want you to think about this. And I talked her through like certain transgressions. I'm not trying to sway her. I just want to give her the reality, because I was like, one school that she's looking at, she's like, I love the student activities that the school has to offer. And I was like, listen, they got student activities anywhere you go. If you're worrying about parties, I mean, the smallest schools have parties. You just gotta find a crowd that you want to go to. But I want you to look more at the academics, the partying and stuff like that. You'll figure out along the way. The student activities, you'll be able to figure that stuff out when you go there. Don't pick the school solely based on that. But also career-wise, she's looking at going into nursing, and I'm like, that's not really your personality. I think that I'm not going to sway you away from medicine or that field. I just think RN is not for you. I mean, maybe radiation, that might be something that you would be a lot better at. Maybe pharmacy.
Now, why do you think that's not for her?
Say that again.
Why do you think that's not for her?
Who we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Show us your face.
Good evening.
Turn your microphone on. Scooty. She's playing. But I just don't think that she has the personality to like care for people in a sense that nurses would have.
Okay.
And I was just like, I mean, that's really just not your personality. You're not that caring of a person. But also, I think that I voiced my opinion, but I didn't say don't do it. You going to school on my dollar, I'm not paying for that. Because also, when I entered Temple, I went in knowing that I wanted to be a lawyer. I left out wanting to jump into a completely different career field because I didn't have the grades to go to law school. But also, I wanted to give her the opportunity to have that same experience, because maybe she can go in thinking that she wants to do nursing and maybe veer off to something else.
Okay.
So that's why I'm absolutely, I find it funny that like a lot of foreign families will tell their kids like, no, you're going to school to do this. And they grow up absolutely hating it. So I would never do that to my child, because I mean, you have to live your life.
Absolutely.
But I think is so did your folks have a play in the career path that you took?
Absolutely not. But my picks were my top thing was I wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
You wanted to be a who?
A plastic surgeon.
Okay.
It was
you want to be all fake boobs. I hear that.
Not that type of plastic surgeon. I wanted to help people with skin grafts, people that had that were in accidents, that were in fires, stuff like that. Like that other stuff probably would have came afterwards, but I was studying medicine like way prior. And it was either going to be that, it was going to be what was it? It was that, and it was a veterinarian. That was my top two. And I actually ended up falling into business, not realizing as a child, I was always very good with money and direction and managing. And that's kind of what I fell into. So,
yeah, I've always been very business minded. And I think I'm good at strategy. And also, when I went to get my MBA, I learned
Shut up, big exclusive. I'm not bossy.
When I went to get my MBA, I realized that I have like the great ability to look at a business and be able to pick apart the flaws in the business or the weak spots and see where we could fix that area to increase the business.
Okay.
And I realized that I tell people all the time, I've been in the Army, I've had government jobs, I worked at Zell's. The best establishment that I've ever worked for was GameStop. GameStop was very, very cut and dry. You knew what you had to do. You knew what was expected of you. You knew what you had to do to get promoted. They promoted from within. Scooty, welcome to the show this evening.
I had to restart my phone. So sorry, I'm so late, but I'm here.
So, which topic did you want to dive in on?
I mean, nothing really. You know, I've been messaging the whole time or whatever. So my thoughts have already been pretty much out. I just want to come in and, you know, show love and answer the questions you got and be a part of your wonderful show.
Okay, so let me ask you the wine cooler topic then. If you are, so you're dating, what superpower would you want to have? Invisibility, time travel, or mind reading?
Mind reading.
Why mind reading?
Because then I can know people's like true intentions without me having to second guess it, right? Because sometimes, because I think I know everything anyway, right? Because I'm real good with like intentions and like vibes and energies and whatever else. But if I have like the confirmation, like I hear what you're saying in your head, because a lot of people, you know, like a lot of people when they're doing shicey things, they'll be like, oh yeah, I love you so much. In your head, they like, no, I don't, because because people are weird like that for whatever reason. But like, I know that you're lying about this, and I know where you really are with something. So I'm gonna pick my rating for that because I know where you really are with it.
No, I want you to play with. I don't want you to be able to read my mind.
Most people don't.
Listen, and I don't want to be able to read your mind. Play with my. I want to have my emotions played with.
I'm looking at big exclusive comment. What?
I'm gonna separate the emotions because how do you know how to mind read?
Huh? Now,
how do you know how to mind read? I'm gonna still play with the emotions. I'm gonna still play the game.
Now I think you ladies are not being honest. Now neither one of y'all want to be invisible so you can see what they doing when they're not around you.
Absolutely not.
I don't.
Absolutely not.
I know who I am. I know who I am. I know that you know who I am. I know that they know who I am.
Y'all not being honest. So neither one of y'all want to be invisible to pop up at that crib to see what homeboy is working with. Pause.
No,
I can be invisible without being invisible. Let's never get it crazy. We got there are plenty of ways for me to see what you're doing without me being around you. I don't need to see nothing. All I need to do is get inside that head and see what you got going on.
What's done in the dark comes to light.
That's enough for me.
And
that's
people
enough for me.
Always tell on themselves.
So neither one of y'all would want to be invisible to see what, because I would want to be invisible, pop up while she getting ready for work. She come out the shower.
That's because you're a pervert.
Right. And I was just gonna say that because I know what they look like naked. I don't need to pop up and see that naked. I'm good. And I should exclusive and I should. And that's why I ain't been cheated on. I ain't been played with like that. None of that exclusive. Thank you.
Scooty is very vocal on this show about her abusive habits.
And don't make me revert to him because I will. So
I have been a witness to her abusive habits.
But were they unprovoked?
Did you say abusive habits?
Yeah, I'll punch a nigga. I used to. I've changed, I've grown, I've matured, but I will hit you in the face for playing with me.
I don't know about mature. I'm just curious. What was the provocation?
So I'm a big boundary person, right? Boundaries. Like, hey, if you touch the stove, it's hot, it's gonna burn you. That's the boundary. I'm telling you that it's gonna burn you if you touch the stove. Yes. Are you aware that's gonna happen if you do it? You do it anyway. You're like, oh, you crossed the boundary. Yes, no. Yes, no.
Listen.
Yes.
No. You asked me a question. Yes or no?
Yes.
See what I mean? See,
so
you can't
I say,
even
hey,
have a conversation because I was gonna say I didn't understand. I needed some clarification. I want a real world example.
That's the real world. I'm giving this to you. I got you. I got you. But yes or no, if you burn yourself in the stove, you're gonna burn yourself. That's the boundary you cross at that point, right? Yes. So if I say, hey, if you play with me, if I feel like you're playing with me, if you start moving funny, I'm not gonna sit down. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm hit you in your fucking face. I'm hit you dead. I'm gonna try to break your jaw.
Now, see, this is where you wrong at because I
never said I was right.
Okay, well, your crazy is extra crazy because your perception of somebody playing with you could be somebody. Look, she done took a shot. Police, help!
I'm not gonna hit nobody because I don't.
Here's the thing. Hold on, here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because you're perceiving somebody to move funny, and you go to abusing them because you perceive that they're moving funny. Is extra crazy because guess what? The intent behind the person moving funny could be they feel like it's an anniversary coming up, a birthday coming up. They could be secretly trying to plan something for you to surprise you. Anything could be going on. If your mind goes straight to something negative, You have PTSD and you need therapy because no way I'm walking in the door and you just gonna start punching on me because you perceived I'm moving funny. Now I'm gonna ragdoll the shit out you because my mama told me you keep your hands to yourself. Okay. Now it's equal right and lefts. So if you put your hands on,
is that a restraining order?
No. I got you. Rock on. I got you. Go ahead and finish Big Exclusive.
I'm done.
Okay. And you are 1,000% correct about that. You are absolutely right. And this piece of paper, we're gonna pretend it's my DD-213 that says that I do have PTSD. If you feel me, that says that I do got PTSD, and I do need therapy, and I've been in therapy, and I've changed, and I've grown, and I don't do it at this point, right? Because this point, baby, I'm gonna just leave. I'm leaving immediately. I don't do toxic shit no more like that. However, there has not been a time where I have taken things to the next level, and it hasn't been exactly what I said it was.
So now you really can read minds. You clairvoyant.
That's what I said. Rock, am I lying? Rock know me in real life. Rock, am I lying?
I mean, all the incidents teams have been put on people, we're justified.
Like, I never ran around 10 people for no reason. I might be the girl of two or whatever, but
I hate to say it has not been one incident where it's like.
Did she say beat up a girl or two?
Now, a street fight is different than me being violent or being a domestic or whatever. If we a street fight, whatever, girls in the club, whatever situation, that's different. But as far as like in a relationship being a DV, whatever you want to call it, I'm very vocal about my left and right limits. You agree to these terms and conditions when you decide you want to be with me, and you say yes, I'm cool with that. I got it. I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, and you do X, Y, Z. You're no longer a victim at that point because I told you what I was going to do about this. If you don't like being hit, don't be near me. Don't be with me.
Well, this is why, ladies and gentlemen,
certifiable.
Ant Money PSA.
He said, "God,
don't play games with hurt people because hurt people hurt people,
and do because I'm hurt." And you want to know why I'm hurt? I'm hurt because I am a disabled fucking vet. 100%,
wait a minute. Step out 1 second, Big Exclusive. I want to say congratulations to Scooty. For all my people in the military, if you don't understand what she means, she just got 100% VA disability. When you in the military and you come out, that's like hitting the lottery. There's a check for the rest of your life that is untaxed. Congratulations. I will take a wine shot with you. Got the Uzi, nigga, like who he? I deep fried nigga like a 2-piece.
Hey.
But Scooty, thank you for joining us this evening. It is always a pleasure and it is always comedy.
It is. And I love you guys. Y'all are great. Big Exclusive, you my dog.
That's right.
Thanks for having me. See y'all next week, hopefully. Hopefully I don't forget.
Oh, shit.
Congrats to her.
Congratulations.
For sure. I mean, definitely like I had known her since not too long after she joined the Army. I was talking to a friend the other day and she was pointing out, listen, we was all in the Army. We all got some shit that's wrong with us. And I'm glad that she, like I said earlier, I love when somebody can benefit financially from a wrongdoing. And that's that. But El Presidente, it is always a pleasure having you co-host with me. This has been a good show. I mean, my topics wasn't really like lighthearted as I would have liked them to be, but there's always next time.
But thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Anytime. But El Presidente, any last words for the good people?
Just remember, tomorrow's blackout. Do not purchase a thing. Don't spend a dime. Okay. Love intentionally. Tell all your people how much you care about them. This climate nowadays with who we got in office, things are getting crazy. Just make sure your mental health is intact and you're taking care of yourselves.
Good people. We will be back next week. I've been working on my next show before this show even started. I will continue to always deliver fire content. And if I can help it, I'm not taking no weeks off. I appreciate y'all coming through, always rocking with me. And like I like to end every show, live every day like it's your last, but make sure you are prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night.
It feels so good to see some brown around this town. How you doing, sister? You smell just like Shea Butter. I appreciate you. Got 2 more hours of this Caribbean on my back, but I got to get back to it, all right? You be blessed out there. Step back before I bite you. Get your hands off. Get your hand off me. Get your hand off, mate. I said step back. I said step back. I'm on my Dr. Umar today. Touching me with them church usher gloves, ho. I said, watch out. Over here touching on me. What's wrong with you? Can't you read the sign? Read the sign, I'll bite you. Yeah.